So, something me and my family have been doing a lot lately is watching the Olympics. If you're anything like my family, you have been watching it almost every night and you've been getting really into it. We have watched the figure skating, the half pike. I think we've watched basically all of them so far. And we've gotten so into it that we figure skated and done other sport activities in our living room. And it has been absolutely exciting. We've been pretending that we've gotten gold medals, and it has been so exciting. But unfortunately, I don't have any athletic ability. And to be honest with you, I haven't even tried to do that. I'm not really into sports, but I like to pretend that that I'm capable of doing it. But I have been really interested in the Olympic athletes, especially the Shaun White. If you don't know who Shaun White is, he does the half pike and he takes a snowboard and he basically goes in a U shape. He goes, and then he spins and then he goes whoosh and then he goes around. He does like 3 or 4 flips, and at some points he's completely looking up into the air, and it is absolutely amazing what he can do. In fact, he's already gotten 2 gold medals. His last gold medal up until this past year was 8 years ago, and 8 years ago, no one could even touch him. He was absolutely amazing, and he paved the way for the other athletes in his sport. And I remember 8 years ago watching him get the gold medal, and I remember like how excited he was. And then, you fast forward to 4 years later in Sochi, and unfortunately, he didn't get anything. He just wasn't capable of doing what he did 4 years before that. And I can only imagine how disappointed he was, and how like upset he was. But what amazed me is that he didn't let it stop him. He worked really hard after that. And, even in the off seasons, he would go to other countries where they had, cold weather. And back this past October, he was in New Zealand. And he was practicing and he had a really bad accident. And if you watch the Olympics, you've seen videos of this where he was holding a bloody tissue, and he was you could have seen in his eyes he was tired, and he was so hurt, and he didn't know if he would make it to the Olympics this year. And but he tried. He worked so hard. And he did, and he persevered, and even though the accident was so bad that he still has scars on his face, he worked hard, and then in January he was able to qualify, and he was able to go to the Olympics. And as you know, he got another gold medal. And again, no one could really get that close to him. They got a little closer this time, but not, they still couldn't touch him. He still got his gold medal. But what amazed me is what happened before this Olympics. I was watching an interview that he had. I think it was on NBC, and he was saying how he was glad he didn't get the gold medal 4 years ago. And I was thinking, wow, well, that's kind of odd. Why would he think that? And he went on to say that he learned that family was more important, and that doing other activities with your family and there were more important things than getting a gold medal. And I can honestly tell you that I believe him when he says this. And the reason why I believe this is due to the fact that in after he got the gold medal this time, he was excited, and he was, cheering, and he was walking around and going he was walking really fast, and of course he was giving everybody hugs, and he was smiling, giving people high fives. But I noticed that he was in pursuit of something, and he was on his way to see his family. He wanted to share this moment with his family, and I think that's amazing. I think that he learned wisdom throughout the whole process of the disappointment and the heartache and the hurt, the accidents, all of that. You know, and it makes me think of James 1 through 5, and how it says that if we ask God for wisdom through our trials, that He will help us. And I think that's something that, you know, Shaun White learned. He may not have prayed to God. I don't know his religious affiliation, but even though he may not have prayed to God, he still learned wisdom. But what's amazing is that we are able to ask Jesus for wisdom. And He will give us wisdom beyond even what Shaun White learned. You know, we go through trials on a daily basis, but He's always there to help us through it. And He's always there to show us something that we may not have known before. Thank you.